Yo, 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 what up, guys? Welcome back to another sneaker release show. But before we get there, I obviously have an unboxing for you guys. I kind of feel like this is part of the process of creating these videos now. And it's a very special package. It's from the folks over at Armour. This is the one that I was looking forward to most of their recent collection. It is the Air Max 95. For those that know, this is one of the very first sneakers that really caught my attention when I first became a sneakerhead, not this colorway specifically, but the silhouette just really blew my mind when I first saw it on the store shelf. Comes in like an Air Jordan 1 style box, but it has like this textured Armour on there. I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to make it hit the light just right, but it's not. Inside, you have the Armour there on the box, which looks nice. You have the Armour paper, as you see here, which is always a nice little touch. And then we get to the shoes. Now, it comes with 2 extra set of laces. So if you're one of those people that likes to switch out your laces, I happen to be one of those people, then you have some options here. Looks like this is like a black and bluish color, and this is more of like a waxed lace in like a mauve sort of colorway, which actually goes fantastic with the shoes here. And there you can see them, just absolutely beautiful. Just good looking shoes there. Look at that. Have the Armour there on the inside there, and then the colors just really pop. Now, the official colors of these are black and violet ore. You can see that. I guess the violet ore is the more like the purplish color. You have that hint of green that goes around. Now, this stitching looks really cool. If you've ever seen the Air Max 95, if you're a fan of the Air Max 95, you know that this cross stitching here, they have like a zigzag stitching going on these that gives the shoe a very unique sort of pop. Now, something unique to these is they have the Armour there on the tongue, which is a nice touch. And then they have like this is kind of like the washing when you wash the tag on your clothes when you wash them. Right? I don't know if you guys can see that. Like that tag when you wash your clothes, it has like those warnings there. And then here on the toe, it has Armour there on the toe right there. Armour right there. Same thing on the other shoe and the Armour on the tag. Then really nice hit, you have the Armour logo there on the back of the heel. And then everything else is just like a really premium sneaker. It takes the Air Max 95 and just elevates it in a way that we haven't seen done with the shoe, or at least not that I recall I've seen done with the shoe, where they just really elevate the materials and make them look really, really nice. But enough of those. Thank you guys for indulging me for that quick unboxing. And isn't this box is just really dope. They did it there. Anyway, let's get into some of these releases because there's quite a few happening. Okay, first up, we have a sneaker for Bryce James. This is the LeBron 22. For those that know, Bryce just committed to Arizona, and they've actually been doing sneakers for LeBron's kids for, I would say, the last couple of versions. And so we get another one here. It actually looks really, really nice. It's like obviously a ton of colors popping on this thing, if that's the thing you're into. But they also have the Frozen Grapes colorway, which is purple, but it has like that graffiti sort of text on it. And we saw that graffiti on another LeBron, or that graffiti style, I should say, on another LeBron. So if you remember what that is, let me know. But Frozen Grapes also makes me think of the Grape 5s, which these kind of look like with that purple and that teal. But, you know, not to say that LeBron's copying Jordan, because Lord knows after this week and when he was on the Pat McAfee show and he made that comment, people are going crazy about that. But just wanted to get these on your radar. They look really good. Bryce's was going to cost you $190, and then the Frozen Grapes are going to cost you $180. All right. So next up, we have the Sabrina 2 in Iron Gray. This is really probably one of the most basic colorways I've seen of the Sabrinas so far. But if you really like that black and silver look, or maybe you're a Raiders fan or something like that, this colorway seems to really work. I'm not mad at it. That logo, though, I know I've said it before, but that Sabrina logo looks like the Slam logo to me, so much like the Slam logo to me. I don't know if that's what inspired it or whatever, but whenever I see it, I think of the Slam logo. But yeah, those are dropping, and those are going to cost you, I believe, $130. Yeah, those are going to cost you $130. Now, that's not the only Sabrinas that are dropping. There is also an apricot pair. I really like that colorway. That color really, really pops. Yeah, just those two, and those are going to cost you $130. Now, it's obviously Easter time. And next up is this Air Force One that are in these Easter color. Easter always does, well, Nike and all the brands really, they do this Easter / pastel color scheme. I'm not necessarily a big fan of it because I feel like we see it so much. I want them to find a different story or a different color story to tell around Easter. But if these are on your radar, then that's something you can look for. And those are gonna cost you $115. For this next shoe, it's not something that I'm familiar with, but I know brands often take football boots and convert them into lifestyle silhouettes, and that's what this one is. This one's from the early 90s. It's early 90s. It's the Nike Total 93 SP. You're gonna get this in the Brazil colorway and the safety orange colorway. That Brazil colorway looks really, really dope. Has a nice little gloss to it. So if you are a football fan, this is something you should probably have on your radar. Both of those are going to drop on the same day, which is on April 1st, and those are going to cost you $110. Next up is the Nike Zoom GT Hustle 3. This is going to be in this pink colorway. I haven't played a lot in these. I want to play in these more. I just haven't been playing a lot of basketball. I've been playing more golf than I have been playing basketball, but these actually look really, really nice. That pink really pops. Those are going to cost you $190, and they drop on April 1st as well. Also coming on April 1st is the Nike Air Max Muse in triple black. So for those that are fans of the triple black sneaker, this is something you can rock. Has a little bit of gloss to it. That way it pops when the light hits it or when the sunlight hits it, mixed in with that mesh, which should keep it pretty breathable. Again, this is more of a women's shoe, but if you're gonna rock those are gonna cost you $160 on April 1st as well. Now, on the dunk side, this is rescheduled as CBGB Dunk. For those that are familiar with CBGB, it was a club in New York City that used to turn up all of the time. All of like the major bands played there, and they got this colorway of the Dunk. This is actually a reschedule. It's supposed to release almost maybe like a month ago, and those are going to cost you $130, and they're dropping on April 1st. Let's go through some rapid fire ones. First up is the Nike Book 1, this Blue Blood. Really like that colorway. We also have the Nike Jaw 2 in the Out of My Body colorway. That's going to be $120. Sorry, the Book 1's going to cost you $140. We have the women's Nike Air Max Craze in Laser Orange. That's going to cost you $170 on April 1st. Then we have the Vans Super Low Pro Sepia Rose. That's going to be on April 1st for $80 as well. On the Adidas side of things is something that I thought you guys would really, really like. So the Adidas Ballerina actually can be worn as a lifestyle sneaker, as evidenced by the collaboration with Bad Bunny. So the new sneaker will be Bunny Benito's branding on it, while the tag that's typically found on the inside of the sneaker will be prominently featured on the heel, a la Bunny's Gazelle collabs. And those are going to cost you $120. They're dropping on April 1st, and you can get them in either this white and black colorway or this black and white colorway. Technically, I think Adidas calls it core white and black, and then it's core black and white, if that's floats your boat to be that specific. Now, for the kids out there, this is a really cool release that I kind of wish they had something like this when I was a kid. I would have loved to see my video games converted to sneakers, but it's a Superstar, like a Minecraft Superstar collaboration. Those are going to be $85, and you can catch those dropping on April 1st. Keeping with the Adidas train, we have the Adidas Adizero Aruku. This is going to be in Trace Cargo and Night Cargo, and those are going to be on April 3rd for $140. Brain Dead and Adidas, they're actually hooking up, and this time it's on a lesser-known Forest Hills sneaker. So the makeover is quite drastic with the hairy suede upper, but not only that, the neutral can be found on the rubber toe cap, and I don't see that all the time either. And they're gonna have these in 4 colorways. They're all dropping on April 1st. So you have the Branch colorway. You also have, keeping with April 1st, you have the Curry One Fox. That's going to be the Game colorway, and those are going to drop on April 1st for $120. You have the Nike Air Max DNA dropping in black and hyper blue. This is going to be on April 3rd for $190. Okay, for you Vaporfly fans, we have the Nike Vaporfly 4 in white and obsidian mist. This is going to be on the 3rd for $260. Now, for you Kobe fans out there, not news that I thought we would be talking about Kobe's anytime soon, but we have the Nike Kobe Elite Pro What The. This is dropping on April 4th and is going to cost you $240. Look, calling these a What The sneaker was weird back then, and it's still kind of the same today. Yes, it's certainly a multicolor sneaker that mixes various themes from previous releases, but what every Kobe 9 is basically multicolor by nature. It's going to be a challenge to make a pair like this actually stand out. So maybe if the badges found on the inner tongue that referenced past Kobe 9s was more visible, this would be a better What The sneaker, but as it stands, it's just another solid Kobe 9 Elite Pro, and there's really nothing wrong with that. Again, those are April 4th for $240. $40. Very expensive. I get it. Now, if you ever wondered what HOKAs would look like if they turned into a puffy jacket, well, Italian luxury brand Marni has actually covered the 4-pack of monochromatic Bondi B3LS runners. The premium team also comes up with premium pricing at $395 a pair, so they're definitely expensive shoes. So something to keep in mind when you check out this rare HOKA collab. So you have the Poinciana, I believe that is. That's on April 4th for $395, sorry. You have them in bracken, you have them in tourmaline, and you also have them in straw. Now, for the Adidas Superstar 404 Day, this is on April 4th for $110. It should be pretty obvious with the release date and the ATL on the heel tab, but this sneaker shows love to ATL and the 404, and it's a reference to the city's area code and the celebration that the city has on that day. Next up, we have the Adidas AE1 Low PE to retail. This is on April 4th. So previously only available to those who participated in the 3-stripe select basketball circuit, this former PE gets a slight rework for its retail edition, arriving in a low-cut variant. And it actually looks pretty nice for those that really rock with Adidas. People should be wearing more Adidas, but maybe that's just me. Quick fire. We have the Asics GT 2160 in orange and silver. This is going to be on April 4th for $130. You also have it in teal and gold, same day, same price. And then you have it in blue metallic silver for that price as well. Now, the Nike GT Cut 3 Jewel Lloyd PE, this is on April 4th for $190. So looking like a what the sneaker without the designation, the color splash is courtesy of Gold Mamba Jewel Lloyd. Some of the details on the sneaker include the labels 1 of 1 and not for sale, which contributes to the story that this was once an exclusive that was only for Lloyd, but now it's getting a retail release. But you know how that goes. Yuto Horigome and Nike SB Dunk Low have a matcha colorway dropping, and this is going to be on the 5th. I really like the way that this colorway looks. It's his second SB Dunk collab, and it will feature his family crest on the lateral side, just like in his previous release. But the colors have a more earthy tone, which makes sense because it's actually called matcha. We have the women's Air Jordan 1 Rare Air Cinnabar. This is on April 5th for $180. Now, remember on Hard Pass when we would poke fun at Yeezy by explaining their nicknames away with dictionary definitions? We finally get to do that with J's. Okay, so Cinnabar, check this out, is a toxic mercury sulfide mineral with a chemical composition of HGS. It is the only important ore of mercury. It has a bright red color that has caused many people to use it as a pigment and carve it into jewelry and ornaments for thousands of years in many parts of the world. Because it is toxic, its pigment and jewelry uses have almost been discontinued. I'm gonna guess that no actual cinnabar was used in the making of this shoe, and you can get those on April 5th for $180. You also have the Air Jordan 1 Rare Air Deep Royal Blue. This is going to be on the 5th for $180, and yeah, no interesting nickname there. The Adidas Hard 9, this is going to be the Hellcat colorway, dropping on April 5th for $160. Have you seen the cars that he pulls up to the Quicken Arena? Have you seen those? Yeah, my man's on top of it. Then APC has 2 Asics Gel Cayano 14s dropping, one in white and silver and one in blue and silver. Those are going to be on the 5th for $180. Okay, I think that's going to do it. Lots of news, lots of sneakers to talk about. Thank you guys for sticking around, watching this video. I am Jacques Slade. As always, I appreciate you. Let me know, again, what you think about this format of the video. Is it good? Is it bad? Do you want me to go back to the old way? You want me to just find a totally, completely different new way to talk about sneakers? Anyway, we'll work it out. All of us doing this together. We'll work through these kinks together, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I'm Jacques Slade. I'll see you soon. Peace.